So look who's back.
Yo, hey.
Pregaming with the birds. So here's the thing. We did one of these before, and I kind of left it on the cutting room
You left the
floor.
whole thing on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, I mean, I was messing around with it. I should have just put it out there. Um, we've kind of dilly dallied on well, I've dilly dallied on the picks and everything, but um, we're back now and haven't done a Yogs and Bogues in a while, but it's good to be back in the interaction with someone. I'm kind of sick and tired of just speaking to this camera all the time.
You missed me too, I think. I
Hmm.
think you I think you missed me a little bit.
Yeah, you certainly are my partner in two birds. Oh, it's not the same if it's one bird. You
That's
gotta have
true.
two birds.
That's true. Well, I think we got to get a Yogs and Bogues pretty soon here. I actually have an idea for like a long form episode. Should I throw it at you now?
Sure, talk to me about
Oh,
it.
well, maybe I don't, if the fans are interested, but I was thinking a like Patrick Reed's foibles kind of deep dive, like
Ooh.
go back and chronicle all his madness and just talk about, like remember back to when he did all these stupid things, culminating in his most recent, which we haven't had a chance to this live, but I'm sure most people are aware of by now. But I thought, oh, this could be fun to go back and look at all the dumb things he did and said whilst attempting to allegedly cheat.
Yeah, I mean, he's the king of putting, I guess you could say, putting his foot in his mouth. Um, more than just more than just with words, just with actions. Just absolutely, I'm in. I'm in. So we'll get that on the books.
Done. Cool.
When
Love
you
it.
can get in the new studio, if you will.
Yes.
We people have seen the basement, but we're really organized differently, and we'll have to see. I got some hangers for some pictures, some various different things. So we'll get that going soon.
Love
But
it.
here on the pre-gaming, we're going to talk about the tournament this weekend. See my background. Don't copyright strike me, someone. But we've got the Genesis Invitational coming up. Second, well, technically it's the third elevated event of the season since Century counts, but I don't really count it that much because it's a limited field. But
Yeah.
so second
Wasn't any different.
elevated. What?
Second designated event.
Yes,
I
designated.
correct you every time.
Is it? But I thought it was called elevated.
No, because elevated is apparently what they used to call other higher tier events.
Hmm.
And so they needed a way to now distinguish across all their and I think they don't want to call like everything elevated because now you're gonna have what I can't remember, is it 14 or 12 or something? You have all these, you call them elevated. How do you think Rocket Mortgage and all these companies are gonna feel about their
Oh,
event
we're not
not being
elevated.
so? Yeah, so
We're not
like
elevated people.
we're just using a word like, oh, we're designating more
Yeah,
money and attention to this.
I gotcha. Okay. All right. So
Sorry, I
designated.
slowed your roll. I slowed your roll.
No, designated. We'll just designate it designated. Well, according to our picks here, Wiggy's slacking a little bit. Has not gotten in his C's yet. Granted, he has till tomorrow. I'm gonna bring up our field and our picks, and we'll just talk a little bit about the tournament and some other things that are going on surrounding this tournament. So, Riviera Country Club this
Yeah,
weekend.
this
Um,
is this is famed stop on the tour here.
is this the first tournament that the champion will not be present at because of? Well, no. I guess Cam Smith did win the Tournament of Champions for Century.
Oh, the first live that is
Yeah,
not going to
because of
be
because of
defending.
Liv. Yeah, defending
Well,
champion Joaquin.
who? Oh, that's right. I for some reason had Max Homa on my brain. So got it. It was
two
Joaquin.
years ago. 2 years ago. He
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that unfortunately he will not be present due to Liv. But I mean, I'm sure we'll have a good tournament. I'm gonna pull up the picks
You know
here.
how bad I wanted to talk about the stupid live promos too this week, and I didn't even get to. I
What?
haven't they put out like hype videos, like promos from all like the team captains. Check it out on their Instagram. It's pretty funny. It's like very forced. Everybody's trying to be cool and swaggy, and then Dustin Johnson's like, yeah, yeah, four aces, let's go.
So I have to say, like I've been watching. I'm gonna watch them multiple times. This I'm gonna watch those uh the full swing multiple times, and I did for the first episode before I reviewed it, but I got to the Dustin Johnson one, and like him and Brooks Koepka might be the most bland individuals ever. Just milk toast. Like they're just,
uh,
oh my gosh. And I mean people like that, but it's just it's it's hard to watch. Like I'm sure they're probably forcing things out of these guys because they need some form of storyline.
oh, of course. I mean, well, that's what they paid them for, right? Dude, you got to check out the you know that Connor Moore guy who does the golfer impressions.
Yes, yes, yes.
He released like a full swing like mock trailer,
Oh
and
gosh.
his when you get to the part where he does this Brooks Koepka thing, you're gonna die. Like it's
I,
like a
so,
director trying to force him to do like a promo take, like
no,
yo, live golf, let's get it. He just is like, I don't live
I don't even
golf.
care.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't even,
but it's hysterical. It's hysterical.
I don't even care. Like, why would you ask me that? Like, trying to win a U.S. Open here. Why are you asking me about Live? Goes the next week.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's why they're asking. All right. Let's get down to
Okay.
the Genesis first.
We're
First,
not even
and
going to get down to the fact that I'm just dominating
I,
you guys.
that's what I was going into first and
Oh, okay.
foremost.
I just
We'll,
didn't
we'll,
want that to be. I didn't want that to be forgotten. I'm not
we'll
known for
show
my
everybody
gambling
once
skills.
again. 18 under is what you want in a golf tournament, not what you want for scoring here, not at all. Um, just lapping the field, doubling our resident picks man,
Our expert,
supposedly
yeah.
picks man, by 144. And me, I mean, let's not even discuss that. But
You're barely here.
yeah, I'm hanging on by a thread. But here's the thing. We've got more, I'll change the elevated designated events coming with the 2 times points. The majors are 3 times with a 2 times missed cut. So anything can happen. It's
Yeah.
early.
No, I
It's
think
very early.
the hybrid model too. People don't know that it's about your hybrid model, or maybe they do, but the
Well,
hybrid model should
I
start to
did.
shake itself out. I feel like in the next
Yeah, I mean,
month
with
or
the
so here.
30 A's, 30 B's, not being able to pick the same guys 2 weeks in a row. Um, we may do, I've been tossing around a potential for the majors and just doing drafts for the majors so we all don't have the same golfers and picking out of those pots
Oh,
potential.
okay.
We'll see. We'll see what it gets down
Hey,
to. But
whatever you want to do here. I'm just here
yeah,
to
I
pick.
mean,
I'm just here to pick the top 10 players in the tournament. That's about
exactly.
it.
As long as you keep, I mean, the fans have been, well, we don't have fans, but the fans have, in my mind, have been clamoring to get you on because they need your advice. They need to see
Yeah.
the guys that are
Well,
going to make the cuts.
yeah. Well, well before we make our picks, let's do this then.
Yeah.
Um, Before we talk about our picks, when I'm looking at these courses, so we're looking at a couple things, right? For people who are
Mhm.
out there trying to gamble, you're looking for course fit and history, right? You're looking for someone who plays well on that type of course and has played well there before. Those are always good indicators. I'm looking for somebody who's in some sort of form, right? You're not going to nail it every time. Somebody's going to have missed 4 cuts and then have a top 10 the next week. That's the vagaries of betting on golf. It's so hard to predict, but so you're looking at that, and then you're looking at just people who are consistent players, right? You're looking for those John Rahm type of guys who it doesn't really matter where they show up, they're going to play. So when I'm looking at a course like Riv, I am looking for ball strikers first and foremost. I'm looking for those tee to green, strokes gained, tee to green guys are huge at these kind of golf courses. So when you look at my picks, you're going to see that I've got a collection of definite ball strikers, maybe some ball strikers with some very sketch putting on my list here. But number one, I'm looking for ball strikers at Riv just because it's one of the last PGA Tour courses that actually requires people to hit skilled golf shots for approaches. So just a little pretense there for what people should be looking at on a golf course like this, and it changes obviously week to week. You go to American Express and you're just looking for guys who can bomb it and fill it up with birdies. This different story here this week.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I mean, that's generally what I try to get a sense for when I'm picking. I just haven't done it as well as you, you know.
Well,
So
I mean,
it's
sure to
go ahead.
balance out at some point. It's sure to balance out down the road here. Yeah.
Why don't you take us through what you have?
Yeah.
And a little background of why. I'll do the same, and then we'll give a half for Wiggy, and maybe I'll talk about that in the first round recap when he figures out his C's, figures out what he's doing. I mean, you can't miss a cut. You can't get negative points. Can't get negative points if you don't pick anyone. So we just give him zeros.
That counts as a missed cut. Yeah, let me run them down for you real quick. I'll try to breeze through here, but obviously got John Rahm in the one slot, and Andrew's hybrid model makes it so some other people are available down the list, which is kind of cool actually. I bashed it at first, but it works out great when you can get a couple of major champions in your C group. So we went with John Rahm. Obviously, the man is arguably, and I was hoping to talk to you about this week, arguably the best golfer in the world right now. He's certainly playing like a man possessed. So it would be stupid to not pick him if he's available to me. He'll maybe cool off eventually, but I'm just not seeing it. He's striping it. So went with John there in the one spot. We got Keegan Bradley. I went for a little reach here in the A's, but let me tell you, first of all, Keegan Bradley has had a really nice season so far, going back to the beginning. Yeah, like, going back to the fall.
He's top three. He's top three in the FedEx.
Yeah, so like low key playing really great golf this year, even towards the end of last year. I think he's got a recent win. Going back to the fall, he might have won.
I think in the fall series.
Yeah, and he is a former winner at Ribs, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So there was like a Phil Mickelson Keegan duo maybe 5-6 years ago that was quite epic. A lot of bombs being dropped and fist pumps. So Keegan, I feel like this could be one of those sneaky ones where I grab some bonus points from a guy that would be unexpected, drop a top 10 or something like that. So we roll down to Hideki. Obviously, if we're talking about ball strikers, he's your favorite ball striker's favorite ball striker. So there's not much else that needs to be said there. He's gonna find the center of the face with a high frequency. William Zalatoris. So another one where I went on a limb again. Did
he play last week, by the way?
If he did, it didn't go well. I am not positive. He's come back from that injury and it's been a slow return, but he is who he is. So at some point it's going to come back around, and felt like this week was a good time to test my mettle and see is William ready to get back in the saddle? And again, ball striking king. So, we'll take our crack there. Then we go down to my C's. I got Adam Scott there. The man gets it done. He's probably played Riv like
never missed
100 times. Yeah, and he has a pretty good history here as well. I'd love to go back and tell you what that is.
That's why,
There you go. So, and Shane, I could have gone a lot of different ways at the bottom of the list there, and I thought, Shane just gets it around, and a man coming from where's he from? Ireland? Yeah, Irish lad.
Hmm.
He knows how to work it. He knows how to shape it. He knows how to hit the different shots and play in those conditions. So that's rounding out. I mean, I got a squad right here.
Yeah, that is definitely a strong squad, and I mean, a lot of my squad emulates your squad. I extended the C's all the way down to the man we'll talk about in just a second, just because I had to. So it's not the most conventionally shaped. It'll always meld. The hybrid model will always meld to fit the field, depending on what we've gone in the main name in the field. We'll talk about in just a second after I go over my picks. But so this is my kind of almost throw out the everything, throw the kitchen sink at it, sort of, because you have to make up some ground soon. So we no brainer taking the top two guys. Have to pick the top two guys. Scotty obviously winning last week. We might have thought that he might have taken a little break last year, but he was T7 in this tournament last year. Dude can
Mm-hmm.
hit all the shots. So, we'll see if there's a little bit of a layoff, but I don't see him missing a cut anytime soon. Um,
Agreed.
uh, we talked about, you said John Rahm. I would love to talk more in depth in the future about what he's doing and the kind of game that he's playing. Um, and I thought at some point last weekend that he was just going to say, enough's enough. I'm taking over this tournament. But Scotty he's very unflappable when it
A
comes to his game.
testament to Scotty there too. Like when you look at that board and you go like, hey, John Rahm's the guy who should come up here, and Scotty does it. It should put you on notice that this guy is real deal. Like
You think
last
that
year aside.
so a thing that I have kind of an outside speculation on. Do you think that could have something to do with threesomes versus twosomes? Do you think if they're playing heads up and no Nick Taylor, that you're seeing the same performance out of both of them?
I, I don't think that affects that caliber of player. If you're
Okay.
asking my opinion, that has an effect in certain scenarios, 100%. Like Nick Taylor was probably like, "Oh my god, I'm about to play with some dogs here," but then he
Yeah.
played. So it's tough. Tough. Like, what's up,
What's
kid?
up, Aiden?
He said, "What's up?"
What's up?
What's up?
You want to say anything?
Mm-hmm.
Two
You
birds
talk about,
rocks.
Mm.
you want to talk about Tiger Woods or anything like that?
Heavy. That kind of wood.
I wish that was Tiger Woods.
Gosh, if he was talking to Tiger Woods right now,
It kind of like
I'd be in Jupiter, Florida.
He says it kind of looks like Tiger Woods. Hey,
No.
pal, why don't you head upstairs and I'll be right up there, okay?
Okay, for what?
For whatever you want.
Okay, but can you find?
Okay, but for what, Daddy?
Sorry, man. I can find the Sonic in. Oh, you got Rainbow Friends. Okay, we're good.
Rainbow friends.
Might as well just leave that in. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it all in.
Okay,
Uh,
great.
so okay, enough on John Ron. We'll have a long section next
Yeah,
Yokes and Books, we'll deal with it.
we need a Yogs and Bogues with like a full like, yo, what's happened so far in the
Yeah.
month or something.
That's what I want the chipping in show to be a little bit on too. Like not necessarily, oh, the tournaments are great. It's like what's hot? Like what's really the top conversational topics. But so I'll round out mine, and then I want to talk to you a little bit about some bets, round it out with the main guy, and then we'll call it a pre-gaming.
Love it.
Your favorite guy, I have played pretty well last week. He had a T6 last week,
Yeah, he can't putt. He just can't putt.
which was his strongest part of his game. And how do you just lose that? Your hand's gone. You got no feel for the putter head.
It was always, to be honest, like a little shaky. He's always just struck it. he's always struck it well, but made it look bad, and people realize like he wasn't making every 20-footer. He was actually hitting great iron shots all those years, and then making a lot of 20-footers. Now he's like missing
all of them,
putts.
and even his iron shots make that look bad.
Yeah, exactly. So, but hey, I mean, you got to ride or die with Spieth.
Yeah. Okay. Matty Fitz, ball striker.
Love it. I thought about him myself. I like that one. One. And some newfound distance for Matty Fitz too. He's gained a lot of yards in the last year.
You'd hope that his calculations, very astute guy. Like I watched his full swing thing, and very calculated guy. You got to be when you're that size, at least. Sam Ryder just on a hot streak. That's on a hunch. Made the cut last year, and Adam Scott, same guy as you. So this is I gotta get back. I gotta have 6 cut makers this week.
It looks good for you. But yeah, you do need a 6 cut. You need a full 6 cut.
Wiggy early. Looking at Xander played well, but Sam Burns, I think he's reaching. He's not going to take his free Scotty Scheffler week.
I mean, Scotty baby, you got to take Scotty baby when he's available.
Scotty baby. Aiden, what's up, dude?
He says you got to take Scotty, bro.
Gotta take Scotty, bro.
Yeah, bro.
He said it. Wow. All right, let me get your opinion on 2 things here.
Yeah.
Give me I want to stop this really quick. I need, and the fans need, your best bet of the week. Who are you betting on
to win
this tournament?
Yeah,
I mean, at the odds there. Who we got?
I'm glad you brought this up because I thought about this, so I won't look so stupid. I would actually go Justin Thomas. Just if I'm looking at the odds, his form, he's played pretty well here before, and like he's kind of my guy right now. Like I never was a huge JT guy, but I'm starting to really respect his game, which I've talked about. So if I was just gonna throw down some shekels on one guy and one guy only, I'd go Justin Thomas.
Yep. Whoa.
There you go. Aiden approved. With Justin Thomas.
How about you? Who are you taking?
You know what? I didn't pick him, but that's just because I had to. I think a Max Homa is.
I love that.
The Shekels guy is throw down. I think a definite him. I think I saw him at probably plus 200 on top 10. I would throw money. I did throw money on that right away because I think this swing suits him, the early swing. So yeah.
Oh yeah. He gets his work done in Cali for sure.
He does love the California swing.
Yep.
All right, last thing, and we'll call that a pre-gaming. We got to talk about the guy who's coming back this week.
So I feel like there's not much that's been said about his state. Like I don't know how much interviewing he's done, but I feel like he must be feeling ready. We're talking about Tiger Woods, obviously.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yep.
If that needs to be said.
No.
He hasn't said much. Like not much has come out the last month or so or two since we've seen him about his state of his game and things like that. Like I saw a video of him warming up, and it looked fine, but something tells me he's still lacking the steam to go 4 days.
Yeah. So your opinion, he's plus 150. So plus 150 to make the cut. Yeah. There's boosts that put him at plus 200. Do you think he can string together? He hasn't played a event since the Open, and hasn't played he hasn't played a PGA Tour event since the Zozo in 2020.
Yeah, I mean, you know me, I always ride for Tiger in these scenarios. I'm having a tough time seeing a made cut this week. Tough event to come back to. Difficult course, fantastic field, right? If we're looking at that field, like even decent Tiger is maybe the 30th or 40th best player in this field, and we don't know what he is. So I'd struggle with that. Yeah, that would be what I call a heart bet, right? Like,
yeah,
when you're not, that's most of my Spieth bets are heart bets, and I love you, Jordan, but they're not usually using my brain. So that one, I'd steer clear of that one if I was the betting public.
Well, the only thing that I did hear from him is that he's changing balls this week. He's going with the X, with the Bridgestone
He wants
B330.
something a little lower spin, huh?
He's trying to go for distance. So
okay, that makes sense. His swing looked a little slow.
yeah. Oh, I can. So he said he played it at the PNC, and he found some distance there. So we'll see. My heart wants him to make a weekend, but my heart also doesn't want him to like suffer through walking a bunch and then not want to play another tournament until the Masters.
Right. Yes. Well, so like, is this him trying to get some reps in advance of thinking he's ready to play some majors? Like, I guess that's what I'm wondering here. I'm not so worried about a made cut this week, but is he saying, hey, I think I'm ready to play? He'd probably want to play once next month too, like, I don't know, Players or something, or Bay Hill possibly. Like,
Arnold,
am I ready to play once a month for the next 5 months? Is that what he's got going on? Because if you go back to whatever, a month or two ago, he said, oh, I can hit all the shots, I just can't walk.
Yeah.
So
why? And I know he's proud, but like, why wouldn't you just take a card? Like, come on. Would we complain? Would we complain about a 47-year-old that's had multiple leg surgeries and body surgeries on top of almost losing his leg using a cart because he has that game still?
I can't watch Tiger in a cart. I can't do it. I don't think he can.
That's true. I mean, I guess it wouldn't feel real if he did it. Maybe if he did it for all the PGA Tour events and then the majors, he didn't. Like,
hey,
get 83 in a cart and then put an asterisk next to it.
Exactly. We don't want that. Yeah, let's get the 83rd first, and then we can talk about carts. Oh, but I don't know. What do you think? Do you see have any reason to believe that good golf could come from him this week?
I mean, it's not a course that seemingly sets up for somebody who is like Max Homa said it as a joke in an interview. They're like, we're gonna have to pick him up and carry him down 1 and pick him up and carry him back up 18 because that's like,
walk up 18 is like a 45-degree angle.
Exactly. Those are the hills that like, and this dude, so it was more than just his leg injury. He had plantar fasciitis for like the entire end of the year last year. So who knows? And Tiger is such a kind of a secretive guy, not a secretive, but a private guy on his own time when he's not around the PGA Tour. So who knows what he's actually doing?
Right. Maybe he's been down there and just flushing it, shooting 65. I don't know.
I would hope. So I put money on him to make the cut, but that's the hard bet, like you said. We'll see. I would love to see him stick around for the weekend, but I would hate for it to be just to make the cut to WD on the weekend because you can't walk around.
Right. I would normally at this time propose a side bet. It's my standard Tiger Woods return side bet, and it's that he bogeys the first hole. However, I'm going to not make that bet because I think the first hole at Riv is like a 496-yard downhill par 5 that everybody birdies. So we're gonna skip that one this week.
Okay. Okay.
But I feel comfortable that the first round is going to be over par.
So there was another. I'll let you put a real quick 2 cents and we'll wrap this up.
Okay.
There was another bet which was Tiger 4 birdies in the first round.
What's the juice on that one?
I think it was like plus 150. Not even that
Okay.
great.
Yeah, that's plus
And for a
150.
par
No.
71, not getting 4 par 5s.
Yeah, I don't like that one. I don't like that one.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
would
put
stay
it.
away from that one.
Yeah, I'd set the over under at 2.5 for birdies for him. And I know you like overs, but I don't know if I'd take it there.
The overs club can't get down on that one. All right,
Yeah.
so that's I say we're good. That's a pre-gaming. That's
Beautiful.
you pre-gamed with the birds.
Beautiful.
I appreciate you joining me. And like I said, it's been a little lonely looking at the camera by myself and not being able to look at that gleaming head of yours.
I know it's really shining. Yeah, let's get you a friend more often. Let's do it again soon.
All right, we'll be talking.
Later, bro.
Pre-gaming.